Okay, so today I'm going to review this product. It is a battery-powered and Wi-Fi Pico projector. As you can see, it's playing Aladdin here. It's not hooked up to any cables, and it's going through Airplay through iOS. It can also do Miracast on Android or Wi-Fi through a computer. Let's look at it. As you can see, this is the SSLLKE Pico Mini and Portable Projector. It can be used indoors and outdoors for Wi-Fi display, watching movies, listening to music, looking at pictures, or even playing video games. It's suitable for iOS, Android, iPad, computer, and other devices. Let's look and see what we get in the box. This thing has some amazing functionality I want to talk about today and show you a little bit about what it's capable of. The instructions right here in the top for you to look at. It's got foam protection, padding in the case. Look at a couple items in the case. First thing over here is the projector itself. So looking at this projector, you can see in the front, obviously, the lens. There's a dial up here at the top that will allow you to adjust the focus. It's got vent ports for its cooling. At the bottom you have some function keys, obviously power button and a stop and a play button. There's also a remote control in the box for you to be able to control it. Bottom right hand corner here is an indicator light, red while it's charging. Once it's fully charged it is blue. It does have an internal battery, so you don't have to keep it plugged in to use it. HDMI port, this is a mini HDMI port. There's an adapter in the box. DC power slot, headphones. This is an opening for the speakers. It is very small, but does pretty good sound for how small it is. Another cooling vent, a slot for a micro SD card. You can see down at the bottom is a 5 volt at 2 amps. So your standard wall plugins will generally work because they, for USBs to run into this micro USB slot. But it does run at 2 amps, so keep that in mind because your normal iPhone chargers and whatnot generally pump out 1 amp. The bigger ones can run 2 milliamps, so just take a look at that. And there's the front. The top is really nice. Got my fingerprints all over it already, unfortunately. The underside has a nice rubber surface, and that is to prevent it from sliding around. You can see I can push it pretty good here, and it's not wanting to slide around too much. In the rest of the box over here, you've got your micro to standard HDMI connector for hooking up the HDMI cord that is provided here. You've got a, well, we'll get to that in a second. Your power cord. Again, if you look closely, this one runs at 5 amps or 5 volts and 2 amps. That's one part of the charging cable, and then the second part of the charging cable. There's a stand, great feature, with some adjustable legs, hard to do with one hand. And then the second part of the stand here is to hold, it's got a little spring in there so you can attach it onto the projector. You can do different angles. There's either the option to attach here at the bottom or on the side. And then finally is the remote control with the different functions for actually controlling. You can see that there's volume buttons, there's your general controls, play, pause, back, forward, mute, menu, exit. One note, when you open this for the first time, you're going to want to remove the back case. There's a piece of paper in here that sits underneath the battery to keep it protected. And then once you slot that in, you're good to go. So, one of my friends, DadBod Gaming, did a great review of how to use this Pico projector when it's plugged into your wall through this cable, when it's plugged into your computer or any other HDMI source through this. Today I want to show you some of the better functionality. I'll link his video, but I want to show you some other stuff that this is capable of because, as I mentioned before, this is battery powered and a Wi-Fi Pico projector, which means you can take it right out of this, plop it down, and be able to connect your iPhone, your Android phone right to it through Airplay or Android service and be able to play your movies or even just mirror your screen if that's what you're intending to do. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of that and show you how it goes once I get this all set up. Thanks. Okay, got the projector up and running. You can see it here. You might see a little bit of flashing there. That's pretty common with the refresh rate of projectors and screens when you're filming them. So this is about 8 feet away. You can see it's probably about a 55-inch screen at this point. Pretty good resolution. You can see there's no cables plugged into it. It's running off its own battery power. It took about 2 hours to charge it, and we were able to get it up and running. We'll see how long it lasts for the actual video itself. So you can see across the bottom a whole bunch of different options. There's music, video, pictures. I've got the remote here, so I'm going to slide on over to the Wi-Fi display so I can show you how to use that. Going into the Wi-Fi display, it's going to give you a couple of different options. The first one being iOS, there's Android, and then finally their Wi-Fi option of streaming through a computer. So once that comes up, we'll slide it on over to iOS since I run an iPhone. And it will give you some instructions on how to link your phone to your projector. You can see there it says turn on your Wi-Fi, connect it to the S6, and then use your Airplay. And so I'm going to do that now and show you how that looks on my phone. On your iPhone, you're going to click on your settings, click on the Wi-Fi. Once that comes up, you'll click on the S6 Wi-Fi, and as it connects, you'll be able to swipe up from the bottom of your screen, click on Airplay, and then start your Airplay by clicking on the device. Once you're connected, you can see it pop in here and start playing aloud. And I've turned off the audio here so that you can focus more on the image. But on this next segment here, I'm going to stop for a minute so you can hear this little Pico projector and how it actually sounds. You can see here now, Pico projector set up, no cords, great picture, great sound, quick and easy way to watch it, set up through Airplay, wireless, and on a battery. So that's my review. I'm extremely satisfied with this Pico projector. If you have any comments or you would like to ask some questions, hit me up in the comments down below, or feel free to shoot me a message and I'll see what I can do about answering them.